You're listening to The Hit List and I'm joined by Hannah Laing. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you.
So you just said your Boiler Room set's just been released. How does it feel? Excitement high?
Yeah, I'm so excited. Like when it was getting recorded, I was a bit nervous. Because it's been like 4 weeks since it was. So I've been waiting to watch it back, but it's fine and it's all good and the energy looks amazing. So I'm glad of that.
I mean, it must have felt good in person on the night, right? But you just wanted to know that transferred.
Yeah, definitely. Because you don't, there and then you think, oh, that was great. But when you're actually watching it back, because it was broad daylight, you see me like wiping the sweat off my face and all that. So I was just a bit concerned about those bits, but it's fine.
People will be like, wow, she's really working hard, you know.
She's grafting.
She's giving it her all. Right. So you're a new producer and DJ to a lot of our listeners. So I wanted to start off just like getting to know you a little bit so our listeners can be introduced to you. So first of all, I love your accent. Where are you from?
Thank you. I'm from Dundee in Scotland.
Amazing. And are you still based in Scotland? Have you made the move down south?
No, do you know what? Everyone keeps asking me the same question, but I think because I'm touring quite a lot and sometimes that could be a bit lonely. So when I get back from touring, I want to go back to Dundee with all my friends and family. I actually don't think I'll move.
Yeah, I think now as well, because of, Zoom and everything, you don't have to be there physically if you've got like meetings and stuff. And like you say, if you're touring anyway, what's the point in paying London prices if you're not going to be there?
Exactly. And literally, I can just jump on a flight. It's an hour and then we're in London.
Yeah.
Sorted.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What's your favourite food?
Pickled onions.
Wow.
No, honestly, honestly, all my mates go on about this. I literally eat them by the jar.
Really?
Yeah, really, no joke.
Are you one of those people like in a pub, if they've got a pickled onion, you will have one?
Yeah, it's like the big jars of the ones you get from the chippy. They're my fave.
Oh my God. That, you know what? That is amazing. I would never have guessed that was going to come out of your mouth.
Yeah, honestly, like my mates will literally tell you because it makes them feel sick.
It's a very strong flavour. Do you have like chewing gum with you after like you pop a pickled onion in the pub and then you're like tic tac?
My agent literally said, "Do you want pickles on your rider?"
That would be that you got to be like the pickle queen now. Like you got to own it, every time.
I know, but yeah, I don't want pickled breath when I'm DJing, so I'll keep them for home.
Probably for best. What's your favourite thing about summer? Obviously, we've got beautiful weather at the moment.
I love doing club shows, but my favourite is to do daytime festival vibes. The sun is out, and I just feel like it's always a better vibe.
Obviously, like Ibiza as well is like the epitome of that.
100%. Yeah, definitely. I love doing the club shows in Ibiza, but when you do like pool parties and stuff, it's just a different kind of vibe. So yeah, it's great.
And there's always like something wild going on in the pool party. People are jumping in and everything. It's a show.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can't wait I've got a few trips over there this summer, so I can't wait to get stuck in about it. What's
your favourite song at the moment that's like you pick up your phone, you put your headphones in, that's the first one you press play on?
It's got to actually be a new one from a mate called Alex Carross, Baby G, and honestly, I think it's got something in it because I can't stop listening to it, literally on repeat. It's not actually released yet, but I've been playing it in all my sets and it's going to be released soon. So Alex Carross, Baby G, look out for it.
Is it one of those ones where you've got the SoundCloud private link or you've got the voice note?
He literally said to me, he's like, "Hannah, I can see how many plays it's got on the SoundCloud link," because although I've been playing it in my shows, like every time I get into the car or I've got my earphones in, it's like Baby G is on repeat.
It's like, it's not even released and it's got 2K listens. What's going on? You're like, sorry, that's me.
Yeah, honestly, it is. And I'm not just saying that because he's my mate. And like, people are constantly asking me for the ID on it. So that's when you know it's going to be a good one. It is unreal.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna make a note of this.
You need to listen out for this one.
It's got something addictive in it. She can't stop. Yeah. What was the first song that you listened to that made you go, I want to do this? I want to be a DJ.
This is actually so easy. It's got to be, I went to my first ever club night when I was 15 in my hometown. I went to see Dave Pearce and he played Delirium Silence. And ever since then, I've been hooked going to raves and listening to like trance, basically.
And you said that your parents like got you into trance music. That must have been a great household. Like your soundtrack as a child being trance. That's amazing.
Yeah, do you know what? They had me when they were so young. They were only 17 years old, which is mental when you think now. And I was born in 1994, so it was like peak time 90s raving. So they were raving all as I was growing up, and they still are now. So yeah, that was literally the soundtrack of my childhood. And then now I've got all their old CDs, tapes, vinyls, and like ripping samples off them constantly. It's class.
I had like a similar thing, also born 1994, 94 babies.
Oh, yeah, born in 94s.
And I had this realization recently that like listening to a lot of dance music, that my parents actually had really good taste in music. Because obviously I think when you're a kid, you're just listening to it and you're like, yeah, this is what my parents listen to. It's not the Spice Girls, but sure. And then like getting back into dance music, I was like, wow, my parents listen to some proper bangers like on the tapes when we're driving around on holiday or whatever.
It's crazy. And then you realise that there's actually so many hidden gems that they had. And like now when I play music from back then, they're absolutely loving it because it was getting played back then too. Obviously I do a real mixture, but I'm playing a lot of the stuff from their era. So yeah, it's mad. It has very good taste.
We're also like in this era at the moment of sampling. Like there are so many songs now that's like going back to that decade and sampling stuff. So there's something for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you just do it in a clever way, it's fine.
Yeah. Have you been to raves with your parents?
Yeah, like they come to a lot of my shows and stuff. So yeah, we do go raving together. I mean, I'm not able to go to a lot of shows myself just now because I'm touring so much. So they come to my shows and then we'll rave together. The last night, my mum, my dad, my granddad and all that.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Gran and granddad, were they proper going for it?
Yeah, they absolutely love it. They just, like, my gran and granddad not necessarily into the music, but they just love seeing me happy, so they love it.
That is so good. I am like, whenever my family like listen to my shows, especially my grandparents, sometimes they'll be like, not sure about this music. It's like, well, I'm not. I'm like, Nan, you are 85. You're not quite the target demographic.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, it's funny because even though they're not into it, like they still will support you and listen to it. Like, whereas if I didn't like music, I would not listen to it, but they will still listen to it. So as long as you got the full support.
And it's so good. You can't beat it. You can't beat a supportive family.
KMFM.
This is the hit list.
KMFM.
So let's talk about your single, Good Love. How did it come to be?
Well, actually, it's so funny. Like, I've never actually met the vocalist, Roro. I get sent vocals every week, okay? And like, I go through them all, and it's really hard to hear something and you're like, yes, that's it. And I got sent some, and I was listening through it, and I heard this vocal from her, and I was like, oh, what is this? And I said to my management, like, can you just try and hold that vocal because I really, really want to use that. So then when I went into the studio, I pitched it up slightly. And then when I pitched it up, it really gave me that old like Clubland feel.
Yeah.
And I thought, and like that's part of my roots as well, the Clubland stuff. So I thought, oh, I really need to get this vocal. So it was like a week later, and they messaged back saying like, right, we've got you this vocal. And I was like, amazing. And then literally got to the studio and got to work on it. And a lot of people at the moment are saying, what's the sampled vocal? And I'm like, it's not a sample, but it's actually a good thing because it's that good. It sounds like a sample.
Yeah.
And then because of that, I was able to get it wrapped up quickly and get it released quickly, no sample clearance involved, and then get it out in time for the summer. And it's literally just flowed so easily, which doesn't usually happen. So I'm really happy with how it's been received as well.
Well, it's been crazy, hasn't it? Because you've been playing it in your sets, your fans loved it. You released like a minute clip on SoundCloud and it hit the SoundCloud charts. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, I know. The SoundCloud literally emailed my management saying, like, this never happens. This is going to be a big one. And like, it's hard to see that for yourself until it's actually happening. Even now when it's happening, it still doesn't feel real. I'm like, whoa, but honestly could not be happier. Like, I didn't make this song for the charts. I made it for the dance floor. But the fact it's went to the charts, it's just unreal.
Yeah, well, it's a banger, so.
Thank you so much.
And you're launching your own label and branding called Doof Records.
Yeah.
What does doof mean for the uninitiated?
Right, so, you know what? So, well, in Scotland, we call banging tunes doof or doof. And I think actually Ireland as well. But the actual meaning of it, in this Australian word, it could either mean a party or it means a heavy repetitive sound with a something bassline, something like that. But the way I see it, it's just a banging tune. A lot of people ask me, what genre of music do you play? And because I can't pinhole it to one genre, I just say doof. And I was like, nah, this needs to be my brand, because everyone always says, oh, Hannah plays the doof. So that is basically the story behind it.
I love that so much, because obviously on the radio, you know, there's only certain words you can say, and you rotate them a lot, you know, like a banger, a bop, a tune.
Yeah.
So I got to add doof to the...
No, it's a doof. So if it's banging and fast, it's doof, doof. Doof,
oh, I
doof,
guess
doof.
because it's like doof, 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 doof.
Yeah.
Right, well, there we go. That makes sense. Every day's a learning day. When are you launching?
Well, do you know what? At the moment, I've just been teasing it. So I dropped some T-shirts and I've just been teasing the word all over my social media, and it's caught on so quickly. People have been getting tattoos. And I'm like, what is going on? So I think now I'm going to launch the label maybe about October time, and then launch it with music from myself, and then hopefully can start doing parties and stuff. But literally all it's been just now was like a T-shirt drop and some posts on social media saying doof, and it's just gone crazy. So I'm so happy with that.
I think it's really cool to go with something that you're kind of like known for already, though, because it really ties into your and it's kind of a bit of fun, isn't it? So I think
exactly.
I can like as a person that has got a silly tattoo before, I can see people going, yeah, I'm gonna get a doof tattoo.
Yeah, and I think now that it's been coming into summer, you know, when you get holiday tattoos, I've been waking up in the morning, my DMs, people like 3 a.m, Hannah, voice noting me, like random people, I just got this tattoo, and I'm noticing it more and more that it's summer, and I'm like, yes, I'm loving this.
You're in Ibiza, you've stumbled into a tattoo parlour, and now I've got you in my DMs.
Yeah, love it.
But it's great because it's free marketing.
100%, that's what I mean. Like I've been saving them all, and I'm going to do a big collage of them after summer.
So obviously you are booked and busy this summer. Played Park Life last weekend. How was it?
Park Life was honestly incredible. I was a bit worried because I was on really early. I was on at 1 o'clock, so I was thinking, and the stage was huge, and I thought, is anyone going to come see me? And it literally filled up, and then it just made me get into flow so easily because I was so nervous before it because of that. But it couldn't have went any better, so thank you. It was an amazing festival. That's the first time I'd been as well.
Did you miss the rain? Because I saw the rain and it was...
So it was so sunny until about 4 o'clock or something. Then they had to close down the festival for an hour and a half, stop the music, all stages, big announcements because of the lightning. And then it started back up and everybody came back out and it was fine.
And you were before that. You're literally the calm before the storm.
Actually, being on early was a blessing in disguise.
Where else are you playing this summer that you're like most looking forward to?
I think a standout one for me that I'm looking forward to would be Creamfields North, because that was the set last year that literally changed my life. After I'd done my set at Creamfields last year, that's when I started getting all the bookings and stuff. So I think this year I'm back and I've got a more peak time, set time, that it's going to be even more special. So I cannot wait.
It's like a return.
Yeah, exactly that, yeah.
A full circle moment.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us. Great to get to know you a little bit more. So pleased that I've been introduced to the doof concept.
Yes.
You're gonna hear you're gonna hear it all the time now. I'm gonna be like, that was a doof.
That was a doof. Good, I'm so glad. And then it'll get the name of it a bit more. And thanks very much for having me on. I appreciate it.
No problem. We're gonna play your track Good Love now. Can you introduce it for us?
Yeah, this is Hannah Laing and you're listening to Good Love.